Hello and good morning from Disney's Typhoon Lagoon. I have not been here. I haven't been to any Disney water park in several years. I was so excited to go inside and relax, do some water slides, maybe have some lunch. Let's go. It's about 75 degrees and a little bit overcast. All right, so I've already got my ticket situation taken care of. I have really missed this entrance into the water park. I should be able just to head over to the entrance over here and scan in and then go grab a spot by the water. All right, I'm inside the water park. The sun keeps coming out of the clouds every so often, but regardless, the surf is up today according to the wave conditions right back over there. Oh, this is gonna be a cool day. So I just turned the corner here and I wanted to come see just the view from up here because this is one of my favorite views of the water park because you get to see Miss Tilly way up there on the mountain and then the wave pool right there. I am just so ready for today. This is gonna be such a great day. I need to reacquaint myself with Typhoon Lagoon because it's been so long since I've been here. I know that I definitely want to do Crush and Gusher right down there, as well as the storm slides up at the top, and then Mayday Falls, Gangplank Falls, Keelhaul Falls, and then the, what is this called? The Castaway Creek Lazy River there. There's so much opportunity for a fun day today. All right, I'm crossing the bridge here that goes over the Lazy River, which doesn't look to be that busy. Right now heading over to try to find a spot, hopefully by the water. Right here there's some information about the particular day that I'm here today in terms of the park hours of the other parks, as well as the weather conditions to anticipate throughout the day. Looks like a big wave is currently coming in right now. I'd like to find a chair over here somewhere. This is when it gets a little bit busier over here. I'm here pretty early in the morning. The park just opened. I don't know, we'll see where I find a spot. Generally, whenever I come to Typhoon Lagoon, I find a spot way over there because it's more secluded. It's hard to point because I'm holding my towel, which is generally more ideal, in my opinion. This is more centralized over here, just over by the wave pool, but it's also pretty busy, so let's see if I find a spot somewhere. Oh, there comes another wave. That's gonna be fun to do that in a little bit once I switch over to my GoPro. I really miss the theming of Disney's Typhoon Lagoon, without a doubt, because it is so well done with such a sincere emphasis on immersion. This is the boardroom here. Typhoon Lagoon opened up the same year that Disney's Hollywood Studios did, which I think is pretty cool. It actually looks like some storm clouds are starting to roll in, even though it says there's a 0% chance of rain today, which is pretty interesting. So what I may do, I may just make my way over to Misadventure Falls, which generally is a pretty good area in terms of just leaving your belongings, especially if I'm not gonna be renting a locker, because I'm not renting a locker today. I usually do that if Brennan is with me, but I'm just gonna leave my stuff and hope nobody grabs it. Okay, I'm on the other side of the wave pool right now, passing by the Lazy River, hoping to find a spot, probably somewhere over here. I'm gonna cross this bridge over towards Misadventure Falls, and then Slush and Gusher, which is right back there somewhere. Okay, I found the bridge connecting over to this slightly more secluded portion of Typhoon Lagoon. See how quiet it is in the Lazy River, and look at how dark those clouds are. What? The 0% chance of rain, that's something, isn't it? That's Typhoon Tilly's over there, which is one of the restaurants that they have here. Way over there are the storm slides and the speed slides, which I'll be going to at some point, and I am heading back over here to find a spot to drop off my bag because it is so quiet back over here. This area used to be the Shark Reef, which was a very cold saltwater pool where you could encounter little fish and sharks and rays, I'm pretty sure, wearing a snorkel and flippers and a mask, and it was something that I never got to do, but it's been several years since it closed and they just filled it in with sand and they made it a seating area, which is obviously just the very quietest section of the entire park. All right, so I'm gonna switch over to my GoPro now and probably head over to these storm slides before this alleged impending weather eventually maybe arrives. Hopefully not, because I'd like to do some of the more thrilling rides and then maybe have some lunch somewhere and then maybe do a few relaxing rides on the way out of the park. But let's switch over to the GoPro. All right, so my bag is way over there and I am on my GoPro now, heading over to the storm slides, like I said, which are only a 5-minute wait, but I have to head all the way up to the very top up there, pretty much underneath the Miss Tilly. It looks like the weather is sort of moving past Typhoon Lagoon, which is good. That's where the storm slides let out. It says plunge down a winding waterway on one of 3 high-speed slides that include caves, waterfalls, geysers, and a 3-story drop. What? It is definitely a little bit of a walk just to get up there, and then especially on super hot days, it is very unforgiving in terms of just how hot the ground can get on the way up to the very top of the mountain up there. Passing over where the slides come out here, there are 3 different options to choose once I eventually make it up there, which again is gonna be a little bit of a walk. Honestly, I don't mind it though. It's not bad exercise, especially today when there's not a lot of people here, at least so far, because I got here pretty much right when the park opened. It's gonna probably get pretty busy around noon to 2 o'clock, I'd imagine. Okay, so I've made it up to the top,
bottom of the slide,
right up here.
Please exit to the side
There's
immediately.
quite a beautiful view of the rest of Typhoon Lagoon, and then the other surrounding areas like Disney Springs. These are the speed slides right here, and I should be heading down one of these slides here pretty soon. There's the Miss Tilly right behind me. This is the Jib Jabber. I'm going to be doing the Stern Burner, and then there's also the Rudder Buster. All right, I got the green, which means it's time to go. Woo! Okay, that was kind of cold. If I remember anything about this ride, it's that the joints sort of hurt a little bit. But honestly, oh, it's dark. It's not that bad. Whoa. All right, here we go. Okay, that was fun. I think I'm gonna go up and do the other ones because there really wasn't that bad of a wait whatsoever. I'm definitely a little bit cold now, but it's not terrible because today is again in the 70s. It's just a little bit overcast. I wish the sun was out a little bit more. Okay, I'm passing over the slides again. Don't know which one I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll do the Rudder Buster this time. Okay, there was nobody waiting, so here we go. This is the Rudder Buster. Woo! Okay, the joints are much less painful right now. Woo! Here comes the splashdown. Okay, I definitely did a backflip in the water when I landed just then. So having a bit of a sneeze fest, but that should pass in just a minute. This is fun though. I was a little bit worried with how busy it was potentially going to be today because Typhoon Lagoon has been closed relatively recently. Both Blizzard Beach and Typhoon Lagoon have been closed. Typhoon Lagoon for maybe due to the cold weather, I'm not totally sure, but Blizzard Beach closed for a refurbishment. I still need to go to Blizzard Beach, hopefully, at some point soon. It's just nice to be back at any water park. Right now the Miss Tilly is making some sounds. Generally it would erupt. At one point it would shoot a geyser of water, but I don't know if that's happening right now. Okay, now for the very final slide that I need to do, which is the Jib Jammer. Right here the light is green. So here I go. I think I'm gonna be doing the speed slides next. Woo! So they're all pretty consistent in terms of speed. Although this one actually, the joints are actually hurting quite a little bit. Ow! Oh no, my jib is being jammed. Ah! Okay, here comes the splashdown, another backflip. All right, next up is Humunga Cowabunga. Take a 5-story plunge down one of 3 enclosed high-speed body slides beginning at the top of Mount Mayday and ending in a splash. Woo! Those slides really messed up my sinuses a little bit. That's the exit for the storm slides right there, and then the line right up here. And I'm heading up to the very top of Mount Mayday to go down the speed slides. That's where I'm heading, way up there to the very top of Mount Mayday. There really aren't a lot of people in line for this one, for whatever reason. And then there's the lazy river right down there too. It's so weird because the sun keeps coming out and then it keeps going behind the clouds consistently, so it's alternating between being comfortably warm and then chilly. I'm heading all the way up there, but then also this is an alternative path over here to connect to the other side of the park, which I'll hopefully be going this way at some point. Okay, so I made it to the very top. There's again the lazy river down there, and then the wave pool. And I'll be heading down this side here in just a minute, right underneath Mount Mayday and Miss Tilly. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I think I'm only gonna be doing that one once. That one was a little bit frightening. I definitely got some air time in there, and I bounced around a lot at the end, and then I think I cut my nose with my fingernail trying to pinch it so that I wouldn't get water up my nostril. So that one hurt a little bit. It was fun, but whoa. Okay, so I just crossed the bridge here. I'm heading over to the other side of the park. There's a map right here. I am all the way back over here. Wow, this map is really sun-faded, isn't it? So I want to see if I can do some of these slides over here, and then I definitely want to come back for Misadventure Falls potentially, and then the Crush and Gusher. This is a little pathway that goes behind the wave pool and pretty much goes along with the lazy river here and connects over to the other side of Typhoon Lagoon. Wait, there's the little pathway that intersected off of the queue up to the Humunga Cowabunga, and I definitely want to go across this bridge right up here if I can. But here we go, heading into the cave. Here, the lazy river is looking exceptionally lazy today, so that may be something that I come back and do maybe with Brennan at some point. I don't necessarily need to do everything today. Okay, so I came out of the cave right over there. Gangplank Falls is a family raft ride, and I just remembered that, so I will not be doing that one today. But Keel Haul Falls and Mayday Falls are right over here across this bridge. Right back over here, and I think that I can do that as a single rider. Okay, so I think I'm gonna be doing Keel Haul Falls first, climb aboard a raft to ride down Tropical Rapids on a exciting twisting course. Okay, so I have my tube and I am heading all the way up to the top of the hill up here. There's the family raft ride way over there. See how I cannot do that as a single rider. Looks like this one is pretty popular today. One of these is always more popular than the other one for whatever reason. This is Keel Haul Falls here, and then the other side is Mayday Falls. But I think that this one puts in right up here, and then the other side goes all the way up a little bit further up there. All right, that could not take very long whatsoever. Should be next year, just a minute. This will be relaxing. I think the other one's the more violent one. Okay, here I go. I think that this one, like I said, is the smoother one. Let's see if I lean back, I might go a little bit faster. The other one has bumps in it, so it's a little bit more violent, without a doubt. Woo! I think today's just gonna be more of a POV experience rather than showing my face and my haircut. Ah, it's dramatic. See, this is nice and smooth. It's not very fast at all. Oh, okay, now it's fast. All right, splash down. Very slowly. Okay, that was super relaxing. And now we can head over to the more violent and thrilling Mayday Falls. Okay, there are a plethora more available rafts over here to head up to the very, very top for Mayday Falls. This will be fun. I'm excited for this one just because it's a little bit more fun with all of the various bumps all the way down from the very, very top up there. Here I am bypassing Keel Haul Falls, heading over top of a very slow moving family raft ride, and very short as well. Off to the top up there for Mayday Falls. You see how fast it's moving here, and then the bumps. This is gonna be fun. Woo! Okay, almost made it to the top. And here I go. Oh, this is gonna be violent. Oh! Okay. Jeez, dude. Ah! Oh my god! Ah! Ah! God, this is violent. Ah! Wow. And the splashdown. Dude, that was incredibly violent. I could barely just keep my hand on the strap there on the handle. That was crazy. Again, that was Mayday Falls, which says take and exciting raft ride traveling through caves and over waterfalls, which was very accurate. I felt like I was just about to flip over a waterfall over there. That was fun though. Right over there is Ketchikiddee Creek, which is a kids play area, but I'm heading, I think, back up here, I believe, yeah, to head where I wanted to go, which was like across the bridge over there and then back over to where my stuff is because I'm getting hungry. That's the cave that I came from a little bit earlier. It is definitely starting to rain now, by the way. This is the line for Gangplank Falls, but what I'm looking for is right on the other side over there. There it goes. This is over by the wave pool. That's pretty intense. But where I'm heading is right up this trail here to the overlook, the Mount Mayday Trail. That'll connect me back over to where my belongings are, so let's go. When it gets incredibly hot, this is definitely one of the most uncomfortable paths to take because it is relentless. It is unforgiving when it comes to how hot this pavement gets just in the bright, bright Florida summer sun. But how cool is it, right? That's the line for Gangplank Falls right down there. And then I should be heading right across the bridge here in just a minute. Look at that, how cool is that with the Miss Tilly and the foreboding weather just off in the distance up there. That's the lazy river, and then the cave, and then the walkway that I took a little bit earlier to go around the wave pool right there. Isn't this cool? This is what I probably miss the most. That's really loud, wow. This is what I probably miss the most about Typhoon Lagoon. It's just this particular walk and view of the park. So what I'm thinking about doing is heading back to maybe have some lunch. I still want to potentially do Misadventure Falls and the Slush and Gusher water coaster, but then I'm also getting hungry, so I'm gonna go and do that. And then I think I still want to do the wave pool, probably. I don't think I'm gonna do the lazy river today, but the wave pool, probably, I think at least. So there's a bit of a fork in the road here. This way connects over to the Humunga Cowabunga slide that I did a little bit earlier, as well as the storm slides, and then Typhoon Tilly's, which is where I may be getting some lunch depending on what else is open today. And then this is the overlook, which just goes up there to just to be able to look at Miss Tilly, and then it kind of comes back down and then reconnects over here. This is Mayday Falls right here, right next to me, and I made it up to the overlook. You can see the wave pool on the other side of the dam right there, and here I am just right underneath Miss Tilly, who I really do wish was geysering, erupting her water spout, but not today, it looks like, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go ahead and head back down over to Humunga Cowabunga. Oh my god, I just totally tripped on this. Ow, that hurt. And then I can go get some lunch, probably. Okay, whew, what a day today has been. The entire time that I've been on this path, not a single other person has come in either direction, so this is definitely one of the more secluded areas in the entire park. But I've made it to the intersecting point here, the fork in the road, pretty much, when I rode Humunga Cowabunga, and now I'm just heading right back down there, and then over to my stuff, back over by the shark reef. Eating at Miss Tilly's definitely does sound pretty good, but I do want to see what other options are available. If any, there are not a lot of locations that are open. I've noticed today a lot of the bars are closed. All right, so I'm back on my phone. I picked up what I needed from my bag back over here by the shark reef, and there are a few different locations that I could actually go to for lunch. There's Typhoon Tilly's, there's a place called Low Tide Lou's, but what I'm heading to, because I checked out the menu and they have something that I think is really neat, I'm heading over to the Leaning Palms, I believe, which is on the other side of the park, of course. They all seem to have pretty unique options, but I saw one item in particular that just seemed really exciting over at the Leaning Palms. That's why I'm heading over there. Okay, so where I'm heading is essentially back towards the very front entrance of the park, which is right there. I'm all the way back over here, and I need to head right there to the Leaning Palms. There's Typhoon Tilly's right over there, and I'm just pretty much heading all the way around the center area here of Typhoon Lagoon, where the wave pool is, all the way over there. To my knowledge, this used to leak and drip. Is that right? Is that accurate? Like, this would be like a little wet area that you could walk through that would get you wet and misted. Okay, I made it to where I came into the park here, and I believe where I'm heading is right over there, and it's starting to rain again. It stopped for a minute, but now it's raining again. And there it is, the Leaning Palms restaurants right over there, which seems to be pretty popular right now, but it doesn't seem to have that much of a line. The lazy river does seem to be pretty enticing. Right now there's not a lot of people in it at all, but I'm pretty hungry. All right, so I ended up getting the jerk shrimp rice bowl, which is Caribbean jack seasoned Florida Gulf shrimp and rice with pigeon peas served with roasted corn, peppers, pineapple salsa, and sweet plantains, although I was also tempted to get these right over here, these crabless crag cakes. I don't know, they looked really good, but this is what I got right here. And I also brought this Mountain Dew from home, but look how delightful that looks. All right, so I'm just gonna go and enjoy this right here, and then head back over to my bag, and then probably do the Crush and Gusher, without a doubt, and then just see what the wait time looks like for the Misadventure Falls. All right, and I am all done with lunch, which was incredibly delicious. A lot better than just a burger or chicken tenders, without a doubt. So now I'm heading all the way back over there to drop off my phone, get back on my GoPro, and then ride a final few rides of the day. The weather's looking much nicer now compared to when I first got here. The sky is actually blue and the sun is out more than it's not. It's beautiful. Hopefully myself and Brendan can come back and enjoy the bars here and or at Blizzard Beach. We just have not been to the Disney water parks together in such a long time, and it's so enticing now that they're open again. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and check on the wait time for Misadventure Falls, see what that looks like, see if I can even do it as a single rider. I don't necessarily remember. And then head over to the Slush and Gusher, and then end the day over here in the wave pool. Okay, heading back across the bridge over by Typhoon Tilly's, back over to my little bag in the very, very back over by the shark reef. I know that I can do the Crush and Gusher as a single rider. There are 3 different slides, if I'm remembering that correctly, but only 1 or 2 of them I think are accommodating to do as a single rider. But I can definitely do it, that's for sure. All right, so I made it back to my bag over here by the shark reef, which I still sincerely think is just the best place in the entire park. There is nobody over here at all. It is so secluded and quiet. I love it. All right, so I'm back on my GoPro now, over by Typhoon Tilly's. There's a little walkway right over here that's gonna connect me over to Misadventure Falls and Crush and Gusher, so that's where I'm heading. There's the lazy river right there, and here's the entrance to Misadventure Falls. It looks like there's a pretty lengthy line right now. It's only 5 minutes though, might as well, right? Actually, never mind, I went ahead and hopped out of line. The moving conveyor belt stops up there, and the line goes all the way down over here, so it's a little bit lengthy, so I'll probably come back to this in a little bit, and I'm heading over to Crush and Gusher. Now they're walking along the conveyor belts up there. That's pretty interesting. So I might actually just come back and do this maybe with Brennan the next time we potentially come back to Typhoon Lagoon. Maybe at some point in the future, because I don't want to do everything again today by myself. I want to have a reason to be able to come back with Brennan. So maybe this will be one that we do together. Plus, I think if you're a single rider, they do group you with another group here, so that might be a little bit awkward. So maybe we can have our own raft together potentially. But I'm definitely doing Crush and Gusher. Crush and Gusher is a thrilling high-speed water coaster slide down a wash flume that includes sharp turns and sudden drops. This is the winding little pathway where you pick up your tube and then head all the way up to the top. Again, I'm not really totally sure which one that I can do as a single rider, but I'm about to find out. All right, got my tube right here. This is where you come out of the slides. And let's see which one or two of the slides I can do as a single rider. Okay, so it looks like I can do one slide as a single rider. The Coconut Crusher. There's the Pineapple Plunger, the Banana Blaster, and then the Coconut Crusher. This one says it's good for single or double riders. This one's good for double riders, and that one's good for double riders. This is a little bit heavy to haul all the way up these stairs all by myself, and it is quite a journey just to get all the way up here. Look at all those stairs. Okay, I made it to the very end of the line. Up here, I'm a little bit winded, but I'm excited nonetheless to ride this. This is definitely gonna be a great slide to end the day on. And then myself and Brendan can come back and do the double rider slides too. All right, I made it to the top. Up here, it seems like this line is definitely the most popular line of all, but it's moving pretty quickly. Should be on the tube there in just a minute. Here I go! Woo! Ah! Oh, it's dark and cold! Oh, it's a double hump! Woo! And here comes the splashdown! Nice! That was a blast! Okay, I just did this one because it has the double hump and then it comes right out in the middle right there, but I absolutely want to come back and do the other ones with Brennan, like I said. So now having done this, I think that I just want to go over to the wave pool and just hop in there, maybe catch a wave or two, and then I can head on out. Just look how fun that is. This is one of the best water rides really at any water park. Very reminiscent of Krakatoa over at Volcano Bay, but there's 3 different ones you can ride. But I guess these are a little bit shorter than Krakatoa would be. Okay, so I just followed a little path over here that just took me around where the changing rooms and the lockers are back over there, crossing over the lazy river, and then over to the wave pool right here in front of me. Okay, so it looks like right now the waves are just a little bit choppy. They're not doing the one big wave currently, but this is Typhoon Lagoon. Right here, let's see if they start doing the waves here in a few minutes or so. That's where I had lunch, way over there at the Leaning Palms restaurants. These are fun, but I definitely prefer the massive waves, so hopefully those start, and then I can head back to my bag and probably head out. I've been here for several hours. Now it's about 2 o'clock. See, it's finally nice and sunny with the exception of a few clouds in the sky, but it's not raining anymore. It's nice and bright and warm. There's the overlook path that I took to get all the way up there on the Mount Mayday Trail. The water's a little bit chilly, but I'm hoping that these waves start soon. Okay, so it's pretty choppy. A few minutes ago, it calmed down a lot, so hopefully it means the waves are about to start. I was just fighting to keep my head above water, man. That's the sound that the Miss Tilly would make if it was erupting. But the water guys are coming out of the top of it. There's everybody waiting for the waves to start. I'm having to tread water here just to stay above the surface. This is pretty intense, but it should start here in just a minute. Hopefully. There it goes. That's intense! Oh my god! That crest was like right here. Maybe that's what that line means. That's where the wave crest is. Whoa, here comes another one. Look at that! Alright, so the wave is coming. I think this will be my last one before I head back to my bag. I'm gonna try to go underneath the wave if possible. You ready? Okay. That's right. But I lost my sunglasses. I don't know if there's ever been a time where I've come to Typhoon Lagoon And I did not lose my sunglasses in the wave pool. This is why I only buy $10 to $20 sunglasses. But it's okay, it was worth it. That was fun and a lot more thrilling and exciting than I definitely remember. Okay, heading back to my bag over there. All in all though, losing my sunglasses and cutting my nose with my thumb on the slide up there, the speed slide, and stubbing the crap out of my toe walking up the Mount Mayday trail up there. I'd say it's a pretty successful day at Typhoon Lagoon. All right, so I've been here about 4 hours or so, which I didn't really anticipate being here that long, but I had such a good time. I don't know, I wanted to ride everything that I haven't been able to ride for the past several years. So now I'm just incredibly excited about going to Blizzard Beach because I haven't been there in a long time, both here and Blizzard Beach. This was really cool to be able to come back to though, but Blizzard Beach is under a refurbishment. So we will see once that reopens. Hopefully I can go back there, maybe with Brennan too. I enjoyed filming with the GoPro too, without a doubt. The last few times that we've been to Volcano Bay is not necessarily recording friendly with GoPros, so here you're actually able to record your experience, and I had a blast. Here comes another wave over in the wave pool. I just want to check the map over here just to see what I missed today. Myself and Brendan can come back and do mostly just Misadventure Falls. We can do some of the slides that we missed, or that I missed today over at Crush and Gusher, as well as maybe the Gangplank Falls Family Raft ride. We could do that as well. And then just have a couple drinks too, and some food. And then of course, obviously, the lazy river. Gotta come back and do that with Brennan. It's really nice now. It was, I guess it was never really that busy at all, but it was a little bit colder earlier, a little bit rainy. And it would be nice to just do this with somebody that's not just me and myself all alone. So we'll come back and do that again at some point. There's one more wave over in the lagoon over there. The crowds never got bad today, which is definitely pretty awesome because it is starting to warm up. It's in the middle of February, but it gets hot here pretty quickly in Florida. And today was about 75 degrees, maybe a little bit hotter. Right now, at least. Right now it's the warmest it's been all day. Of course, it was gloomy and rainy earlier, but now it's beautiful as I'm leaving. One more look at Typhoon Lagoon from this overlook here with Mount Mayday and Miss Tilly off in the distance. Here, I wonder if you can see through these. If I can put the camera in there, potentially. Oh yeah, a little bit. Hold on. Almost, oh, such a lens flare. There's Miss Tilly, you can sort of see it up there. It is definitely a lot quieter heading out of the park than it was heading into the park this morning, especially with the buses dropping off consistent hordes of people, probably from the resorts or Disney Springs. All right, thank you for coming with me to Typhoon Lagoon today, a place that I've not been in years, just to be able to come back here and just walk around and just refamiliarize myself with the park and to ride all of the slides that I've really been wanting to ride again, with the exception of a few that I want to come back and ride with Brennan at some point in the future, hopefully here and at Blizzard Beach. I don't know, I'm excited. It's finally getting warm again in Orlando for the most part, and I'm just ready to go to water parks again. So I will see you soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.